Hey buddies and friends and bros and homies. Ash here, welcome back to Gents. It's time for a snapshot in time. The fragrances that right now, getting close to halfway through the year, are the ones that everybody has been talking about. That's right, the most hyped, most talked about, most popular men's fragrances released this year. And actually, when you start going back through this, man, some of them are pretty weird. It's a strange year, man. It's like a lot of these brands can't really figure out exactly what they want to do with their fragrances. And they're like, just put it in a blender, dude. Yeah, dog, just mix that all up. I don't know. We'll throw it into a cool bottle. Some people will buy it. So we're talking the top 20. I'm gonna have to move through these pretty quickly. And I'm also gonna give you some fragrances outside the top 20 that you wanna know about because either A, they're really good, or B, they suck. Yeah, big old donkey. You know. Strangely enough, coming in the top 20, Narciso Rodriguez Musk Santal. Yeah, I had to double and triple check this one, and I'm pretty sure that as the year goes on, some of the fragrances below it are gonna leapfrog it, but for now, there it is, baby. And I'll tell you, the weirdest thing about this one is you would think, well, yeah, it's a Narciso Rodriguez. Not a whole lot of people are probably buying that or wearing that compared to some of the other bigger brands, and yeah, it's named Musk Santal, which, let's be real, is a boring name. But the reason it must be in the top 20 is because it is fire. Just uncontained, uncontrolled fire. And I would say, you know what, bro? You are completely wrong. Yeah, it's not.
You're wrong.
No, it's not that it's bad. It's just that it's standard. It's kind of what you would expect from a Narciso Rodriguez fragrance named Musk Santal. Is it musky? Yeah. Does it have sandalwood? Yeah. Does it have sort of a generic, fresh, clean, somewhat classy, aromatic, clary sage with juniper? Yeah. It is completely fine, it is completely wearable, but for a lot of people, probably forgettable. But somehow here it is in the top 20, and just barely losing out to light blue eau de parfum. That seems like that should be higher up. Weird. Because light blue eau de parfum actually rules. Yeah, this is really good. Light blue is one of those lines that over the years has had a lot of flankers, like a lot. And a bunch of them kind of suck. Yeah, they do have good ones. They don't all suck, but it's one of those things where it's not a guaranteed banger is what I'm saying. This one is great though. It's an evolution of the original light blue. It keeps that nice bit of fresh woodiness, but makes it denser, deeper, while still maintaining that aquatic nature and actually adding more of a modern sweetness to it. Very versatile, big compliment puller, smells great. And for me right now, I'd say one of the top 10 designer releases of the year, but in terms of popularity and hypedness, right here. Just below Rayhan Pharaoh. Yeah, Rayhan Pharaoh, this one got a big bunch of hype. If you will remember, there was a big influencer event where everybody went to the pyramids for this. While everybody was at the pyramids, I was chilling playing Silent Hill 2 Remake. You tell me who's the real winner here. On the one hand, you've got an all expenses paid trip to one of the 7 wonders of the world. On the other hand, you're playing a sick horror game, you know, possibly snacking on some tasty treats. Come on. Now this one smells like Oman Luxury Caden, so it has that very Middle Eastern flair to it. Very rich, spicy, deep, kind of decadent. Not gonna be like an everyday wear fragrance for most people. And this is not my favorite Rayhan release of the year. I actually like Nocturno Elixir more, which smells similar to Bleu de Chanel Exclusive. I think that one overall just more wearable, more versatile, which kind of, yeah, of course. But Pharaoh with that big old hype push, man, right here in the top 20. And then Burberry Hero Elixir after that. Hero Elixir, this stuff is very deep, it's very strong, leathery, and has that cedar in there, of course. Main issue for me with this one, a lot of overlap with some of the Burberry Hero fragrances that have come before it. And my personal favorite, still gonna be the Eau de Parfum. Not a bad entry into the Elixir verse, but not one of the best either. Stronger with You spices. Ah, yeah. If it's a Stronger with You, you automatically know it's gonna be hyped one way or the other. And this one is actually sneaky good. The name is boring, spices. It's It's not really doing too much there, is it? Oh wow, you guys went out on a limb with that one. Spices, cool. But it does smell surprisingly good. In typical Stronger With You fashion, it is that melding of gourmand, sweet, almost like sticky sweet warmth, and then a little bit of spice over top. Great for fall and winter time. Only issue with that, you don't want to overpay for it. But as long as you can find it for a somewhat decent price from a discounter, it's worth owning if you're a big Stronger With You fan. The next fragrance at number 15 comes to us from Rabanne. And I'm also gonna do a giveaway in today's video as well, so stay tuned for that. But before the Rabanne, how about the code bond? Yes. Got a bunch of different codes, they're in the description, they're on your screen. You can copy pasta from the description if you'd like to. Got codes for Fragflex, the perfume box, for Beauty House, for Gift Express, JOMASHOP, and many more. So use those codes to save yourself a little extra cash, including Maple Prime, which sounds like it should be a Canadian transformer, but in fact is just a fragrance discounter. So that works too. The next scent, speak of the devil. It is 1 Million Night Elixir. You may say, what do you mean speak of the devil? Well, I just mentioned Maple Prime. This has maple syrup. Yeah, it's got maple syrup as one of the notes. A little bit odd, a little bit interesting. Basically a tweaked up, changed up version of 1 Million Elixir. Definitely got a little unique flair to it. It's that type of scent that could grow on you really well and become sort of a signature scent for fall and winter time. I think a lot of people will still gravitate more towards 1 Million Elixir just because it's a little bit easier to wear with that vanilla rose kind of vibe that one has. But this one is pretty nice. It's sneaky good. It's not my favorite Rabanne release of the year. I think Invictus Elixir is a little bit better if we're talking about Elixir versus Elixir. But between the two, this one and Invictus Elixir, this is definitely more unique. Now, interestingly enough, Invictus Elixir was just outside the top 20. Again, I think it's gonna move up as more people can smell it. That one basically smells like Invictus Victory Elixir mixed with Invictus Parfum. But a fragrance I think you should know about, not in the top 20, this one right here, 212 Parfum. Now, a couple weird things about this. It's called 212 Parfum, right? But it is actually an eau de parfum. So if you look at the bottom here, it says Parfum, and then it has the website, then it says eau de parfum. Just a very odd choice, I feel like, to do that. It does have a magnetic cap, so that's cool. And one thing you'll notice with the bottle, it has a really similar kind of styling to the Le Male Elixir bottles. But surely 212 VIP Parfum would smell nothing like Le Male Elixir, like not in the same ballpark or anything like that. Yeah. Now, truthfully, there is a little bit of Le Male Elixir overlap, but not a whole lot. This is definitely fresher compared to that. Not as much of a honeyed kind of vibe. Instead, it has more of a fresh, spicy ginger pop off the top. Vanilla as it dries down, a little bit of iris in there as well. But it does still have, along the edges, a little bit of a Le Male Elixir sort of vibe to it. So it's almost like a fresher, tweaked version, a changed version of that. It's actually not too bad. If you can find this in the future at a discounter for a good price, worth picking up. Polo 67. Extreme. This stuff rules. It opens up smelling really nice. You've got pineapple in there, you've got citrus. I have a stupid tiny bottle that I need to replace with a bigger one. I'm not ashamed of the size. I'm comfortable with it. The opening smells great. Fruity, fresh, sweet, attention-grabbing, has leather in there as it dries down. Also a nice stripped back modern woodiness as well. This stuff is good. Luna Rosa Carbon Eau de Parfum, is that popular? Yes, it is. Will it be as popular as the original Carbon? I'm not sure, because the original one, that smells more closely to Dior Sauvage, the Eau de Toilette. This one actually smells a little bit closer to like Le Male in Blue, the new one by Jean Paul Gaultier, kind of like that, this licorice sort of scent profile, but done in a very clean way. Definitely wearable, but maybe not quite as attention-grabbing as the OG. Then there's this, Aqua de Jo Eau de Parfum Intense, which actually smells quite similar to Aqua de Jo Absolu, which is discontinued, has been for a while. But Armani, they were doing some research and they decided, hey, let's go ahead and bring back that thing that we killed off before. But this time, we'll give it a different name, put it in a different bottle. We will make a couple slight tweaks and changes, and then we'll pretend like that's not what we're doing. Nobody will find that out, that's crazy. That is exactly what this is though, and of course the original Aqua de Jo Absolu was compared to essentially like Aqua de Jo if it were mixed with a little bit of Invictus, the original Invictus. Then there's Hawass London, which is a flanker, and the Hawass line, which the original Hawass smells like Invictus. It all comes back to Invictus, yeah. So Hawass London, to my taste, kind of sucks, yeah. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Brompton's Immortal is what it smells similar to. Issue for me is that most men are not gonna really wanna wear that. Now I know there are fans out there, and if you love this stuff, I'm not taking a shot at you. I'm just saying, in terms of what most people are looking for with a Hawass release, Hawass London for him, probably not it. In case you've never smelled it, very, very floral forward, has kind of a grandma aesthetic to it at times. Definitely a throwback classic smell. It does have like a little bit of a high-end nature to it. It's just, look, I'm gonna be straight with you guys. I tried to pull fragrances off like this when I worked in the office years back, and I did not have success. And when I say did not have success, I mean apocalyptically bad.
Oh, it's bad. It's real bad.
Now, one you should know about, this Ralph's Club New York Parfum. Now, I love Ralph's Club New York. I really, really enjoy it, the original one. This one, if you want to just very quickly simplify it, is like taking that one and giving it more of a focus on lavender, on booze, on deep woodiness, giving it kind of like a slightly throwback masculine style, a little bit like a very warm, slightly sweetened fougere. That's what this is like. So it's going to appeal probably more to guys that are like, you know, at least mid-20s and up. It's not really sweet. It's made to be more of a slightly dressy fragrance, but it smells good. Now we're in the top 10, Gentleman's Society Sport. What is that doing here? Yeah, this one was way higher than I expected. So essentially what I did to come up with this list, by the way, most popular on Fragrantica, also looking at bestsellers that were released this year at retail stores and discounters and kind of just compiling it. And this one came up more than I expected. The fragrance itself has, once again, kind of like a classic style to it. When you spray Gentleman's Society Sport on, you get hit with a big blast of lemon. Woo! And it's green, like really green, aromatic, throwback woodiness. This is straight up like an old school gentleman's sport fragrance. It is way different than your more typical shower gel fragrances. You know, it's not even in the same universe as stuff like Missoni Wave, Valorum Sport, stuff like that. Once again, I don't think younger guys probably gonna go for it, but for somebody you know, who's like middle-aged and up looking for a classy sport fragrance, that'll do it. And then this, Forever Wanted Absolute. Opening of this is funky. The first time I smelled it, I actually thought, that is trash. No one is gonna like the way that that thing smells. By the way, the atomizer sucks. It has such a weird opening. I like it now, but it's kind of weird. It reminds me of like Bat from Zoologist. There's this like cave sort of scent profile to it. If you spray it on a tester strip and just immediately go in for a whiff, it has like an earthiness to it, like you scooped a little handful of cave dirt up, like at the entrance of the cave where it's like a little bit cooler and you just went, yeah, baby, bottle that. Oh man, when I smell like a Neanderthal cave dweller, the women just go crazy. Somebody at Azaro was tripping on ayahuasca and they were just like, this is a great idea, do it. Now, as I was mentioning, you know, I did come around to it, I got used to it, so now the opening doesn't weird me out as much. But here's the trick. The opening of this does not smell like the dry down, and the dry down is really good. It's strange, and I can imagine, you know, people in stores smelling the opening of this one and definitely thinking it smells different, but going like, oh, what the no. But if you did that and you immediately toss it, you miss out on that dry down, which rips. It does have booziness, this like whiskey note in there. It sweetens up, it warms up, it smooths out. It becomes absolutely fantastic. But that opening could scare some people away. Le Male in Blue up next. Interesting. Why is that interesting? Well, because when it comes to Jean Paul Gaultier, Le Male, and Le Beau, those things have gotten hyped to the point that they're like overhyped. It's like the stock market. When something is oversold, you're like, uh-oh, it's gonna reverse course. And these get hyped a lot. So with Le Mans in blue, it being the newest in the line and being a blue fragrance, or at least that was the expectation, it was basically like, oh, this is a shoe-in. This is gonna be the most hyped, most talked about fragrance of the year, easy. And yet it is barely squeaking into the top 10. And the reason it's been talked about so much, that is actually not positive. Compared to the stuff that's come before this let down a bunch of people. Note breakdown, lavender, anise, and benzoin. I think officially when it was launched, it was like metallic anise or metallic blue anise. Or was it metallic blue lavender? Metallica. Essentially what it smells like though is taking the original Le Mans and reworking it a little bit, but not really in a positive direction. It has this powdery licorice sort of twist that a lot of people did not fall in love with, myself included. Then there's Scandal Elixir right after that, which I do like this one a lot more. Same brand, Jean Paul Gaultier. This one is interesting because it has big cherry note off the top, black cherry, and it has a little bit of a rubbery scent profile. And that sounds weird, but it actually is awesome. I love this stuff. It's sweet, it performs, it gets positive attention. A little bit unique as well, stands out a little bit. You would wear it the same times as, you know, a bunch of the other things out nowadays, like the Most Wanted, Stronger With You, stuff like that. This stuff is good. It deserves to be right up here toward the top. Now, something not in the top 20, Paradigme Le Parfum. I feel like this one absolutely 100% will be up in here, by the end of the year. This right here basically is what you would want a parfum version of a fragrance to be. It's deeper, it's richer, it's more grown up, it's bolder compared to the original Paradigme. Off my skin, it smells amazing. I love this stuff in the air. It is absolutely fantastic. It's like a somewhat vanilla-y fragrance for people who don't want a vanilla bomb of a fragrance. You know, they want one that's a little bit more mature. That'll do it. Almost in the top 5, 3 Thriller by Maison Israr. So this was a collab with Cal Cologne. I'm not absolutely in love with it, but it did get an absolutely astronomical amount of hype on TikTok when it was launched. It smells similar to YSL's 6th Place, so right in that style. It's spicy, woody, classy, and for a time there, it was like talked about absolutely everywhere. Now in the top 5, Kamra Waha by Lattafa. So obviously, anytime a Kamra comes out, it's gonna be a big deal. For me personally, this is my least favorite of the entire lineup. I think the opening is fantastic. The opening is sweet, it's fresh, it's attention grabbing, a little bit unique, just really, really well done. But it's like it can't figure out what it wants to be. And as it dries down, it starts like going 5 different directions at once. It's trying to work in that comrade DNA, but then it's trying to stay fresh. And it just starts to feel muddled. It doesn't smell very nice in the mid, and the dry down, it's just boring. The hype level of this when it was launched was through the roof. I think probably as much or more than every other release of the year. So it wouldn't surprise me if this moves up, just as far as how much people are talking about it, you know? But for me, overall, disappointing release. I would take any of the other Kamras over this one 10 times out of 10. Almost top 3, number 4, Le Beau Narcisse. Higher up than Le Mans in blue. And I know it sounds like I'm just being like Debbie Downer up here, but this is another one it's kind of disappointing. Really powdery, musky. A lot of people think it smells quite feminine. And I think compared to the other Le Beau fragrances, it's the worst one. You know, I would rather wear the original, the Parfum, Flower Edition, Paradise Garden. I'd take any of those over this one. It looks kind of cool. Like, I don't mind the look of the bottle, it's pretty nice. But the fragrance itself, Top 3, Stronger With You powerfully. Another one that has cherry. So we had these two, both of them with cherry right at the beginning of the year, and then nothing else with cherry. So for a millisecond, as I've said a few times, it looked like it was gonna be the year of the cherry, and that is not the case. This one's really strong. A lot of people have started to gravitate towards this one as one of the best in the entire Stronger With You lineup. Some people even saying that they'll take this over Absolutely, which is sacrilege. It is really good though. This is one of the best Stronger With Yous in my opinion as well. Long lasting, of course, it's in the name. Great scent. Number 2, Purple Melancholia. And this is one that'll grow on you. It will grow on you in a sneaky way. You'll smell it initially and be like, yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty good. Probably somewhere in the mid-range of the Born in Roma lineup. Yeah, it's fine. Then you'll wear it again and you'll go, huh, I don't remember it being quite this nice, but yeah, still mid-range, I think. Then you'll wear it again and you'll go, I don't know what they put in this thing. It's pretty good. man, it's right up there toward the top. And it just keeps happening. Dumbing it down, basically you've got lavender, coconut, sort of a vanilla sweetness, a little bit of woodiness in there as well. Turbo easy to wear. It's this sort of melding of fresh and sweet tropical into one. And actually in the Born in Roma lineup, the more you wear it, the more it stands out. It's like doing its own thing. It's really, really nice. I still think Born in Roma Intense, probably my favorite in the entire lineup. That has moved up there into top 3-4 range, something like that. It's really good. And the number one most talked about, most hyped, most popular release of the year is 9 p.m. Night Out. I mean, I already knew what it was. That was like me pretending. What? What? Who put this bottle under my table after the research? It was me. It was me. Yeah, 9 p.m. Night Out. This thing somehow first place. Is that gonna last until the end of the year? I don't know. It does make some sense though. For me, this thing absolutely crushes. Love this. When I first got it in, I was wearing it out. I'm not wearing it out right now because it is hot outside and I don't really want to wear this when it's super hot outside because it's also humid. It's the double, it's the duo, hot and humid both. But when I got this, it was cold, like really cold. My city actually shut down for like 2 days because of an ice storm, if you guys remember that. And I had friends in and I was like, hey guys, let me show you the city. Everything is closed. I hope you enjoyed it. It was pretty nice, right? Usually these things are open that you see before you. In the South, when there is ice on the roads, it's done. The city is done. Like we'll get to it after it melts. I'll see you guys later. That's essentially how they treat it. But yeah, I had a lot of friends in and so I was wearing this one because it projects, it lasts, it cuts through the cold and it smelled awesome. Got a lot of good compliments wearing it. It's got a nice dragon fruit note off the top. It is quite sweet, you know, but it's got a unique little flair kind of doing its own thing. I think a lot of people have gravitated towards this one just mainly because inexpensive. Like I mentioned, performance, compliments, all that. If you can tick those 3 boxes, you're gonna have a lot of fans. And also it's in the 9 p.m. line, everybody knows that. Giveaway, it is Fakar Platine by Lattafa. This is not a new fragrance, obviously. Well, I mean, the box is new, this is sealed. But this is not a new release, but I do have it and I want to give it to you. So if you wanna be interested in the giveaway for this, all you have to do is like the video, be subscribed to this channel, leave me a comment, let me know which fragrance release of the year is your favorite so far. I'll pick a winner with random comment picker, post it up on the post tab of the YouTube channel, and if you're the winner, hit me up, I will ship that out to you. Thank you guys for hanging with me, stay safe out there, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.